But like every technology product, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the Apple Watch is no exception. We're gonna have to talk about those quickly. This is how it works. What's up YouTube? It's your boy, BMAC'S. So lately I've been getting a lot of requests about this bad boy right here, the Apple Watch Series 1. Now for those of you who are viewers or subscribers of this channel, BMAC'S, you've probably seen me wearing this watch in all of my latest vlogs. And I've been getting a lot of questions about it, so I figured, why not make a video about it? Mostly because the Apple Watch was always a gadget to be completely honest, never saw myself getting. I always kind of looked at the Apple Watch and be like, Apple Watch. Who needs another gadget on your arm when I could just whip out my phone and have my phone right there who tells me everything I need to know? Boy, was I wrong. So I figured today we go over a couple positives and negatives I found with the Apple Watch after a couple weeks, about a month of wearing it. And a couple things to consider if you're thinking about getting an Apple Watch for yourself. So let's go over the positives first, start this out on a light note. Very first thing I noticed with the Apple Watch is that it increases productivity. Whether I'm at my desk editing a video, if I'm working out at the gym, I have actually found it pretty cool to be able to get all the notifications that I usually get on my phone sent right to my Apple Watch, so just with a flick of the wrist, I'm able to get all the notifications right there on my wrist without having to take out my phone if it's in my pocket or on the counter somewhere nearby. That allows me to keep doing what I'm doing, whether that be editing, preparing food, or working out at the gym, without breaking that concentration and whipping out my phone. Taking that a step further, I found it really cool to go within the app dashboard and kind of just quick check a couple things. I can get my emails, text messages, what else? Weather, MLB scores, all within these little Apple Watch apps that you have within the app dashboard. And again, if you want to check something quickly without having to go access your phone, it's all right there. It's cool to be able to quick check a couple things without having to open up your phone and do it that way. Another cool thing about the Apple Watch, and I'm dead serious with this one, is that it's pretty fashionable. I honestly searched everywhere over the past couple months for a leather band and blackface combo. There's been a couple out there, but none that have lived up to the kind of style that I was looking for. And when I seriously started to consider the Apple Watch and realized, you know what, I could probably get a leather band for the black-faced Apple Watch, put those two together, it just kind of makes sense. I mean, look at this thing. Sexy as can be. But the cool thing about the Apple Watch, within a split second, these bands are easily interchangeable. I am, for example, wearing the Apple Watch at the gym every day, and twice a day, all I gotta do is slide off this band and replace the sports band that the Apple Watch comes with. Kind of a groovy combination. Maybe I should start wearing half and half. No, never mind, that's a terrible idea. But point being, the bands are super simple to switch out, which allows you to get any band of your choice and really make this Apple Watch your own. An Apple Watch that totally suits your style and individual personality. And actually, there are so many different bands on Amazon, all for pretty reasonable prices. That's actually where I got this leather band. I got it for like, what was it, 25 bucks? Genuine leather, Apple Watch leather band, genuine leather for 25 bucks. That's a steal. A link to this Apple Watch leather band and other bands that I think look cool on the Apple Watch will all be linked below in the video description box, so be sure to check those out. But another cool little aspect of having an Apple Watch is if you have the iPhone 6s and later, you already have this functionality right here. Hey Siri. Hands-free. But sometimes if you have your phone in your pocket or something, or she's halfway across the room and she doesn't really want to listen to you, you can always just make sure your Apple Watch lights up and you can talk to her that way. Hey Siri. She listens to me, she gets me. And in case you're wondering, if you have your iPhone within listening distance and your Apple Watch activated, hey Siri. She's smart. She knows to go to the watch instead. If you don't want that to happen, just make sure your watch is not activated, in other words, not lit up. And Siri will always talk to you through your phone. It's a cool little subtlety, I find that pretty cool. A lot of times, you know, when I'm doing something, my phone is in my pocket, so Siri can't hear me, but she's right at my fingertips. Wrist. And I can just talk to her simply that way. Hey Siri, am I sexy? Oh, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yeah, she knows what's up. But perhaps the most important thing of the Apple Watch that I find to be the biggest selling point. Well, my grammar's not good today. What I consider to be the biggest selling point of the Apple Watch is the healthy lifestyle that the Apple Watch advocates, provides, helps you live. You could add a complication, which is basically like a widget, to the Apple Watch home screen. And one of those complications are the activity rings, which help you set goals for standing a couple minutes for 12 hours a day, exercising for 30 minutes a day, and burning calories, whatever your calorie burnt goal is. And it shows you your progress towards all those right on the complication on the home screen. Also purchased an app for my hydration. It's called Water Minder. There's a complication there that shows my daily hydration progress to make sure I'm hydrated and feeling good and living a healthier lifestyle through proper hydration. And then of course there's other complications you could add to the Apple Watch home screen as well. And then there's even apps that help you live a healthier lifestyle, like Breathe, the Breathe app, which is built into the watch. Sends you reminders a couple times a day to take a minute to breathe deeply, just kind of, get mindful, center yourself. Feels good to be an Apple Watch owner. But the overall active and healthy lifestyle that the Apple Watch kind of helps you live is really important. And I think that's kind of one of the main points of the Apple Watch, and it has definitely helped me over the past couple weeks feel better, feel a little bit more healthy, active, and just living more positively. If you take full advantage of the features that the Apple Watch has to offer, you will undoubtedly live a healthier lifestyle. That's just how it works. It's dope. But every technology product, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the Apple Watch is no exception. Now granted, there are a couple things about the Apple Watch that kind of piss me off. We're gonna have to talk about those quickly. First and foremost, there are some Apple Watch apps that are pretty much broken. I'm not gonna throw any apps under the bus, but I know for a fact there's a weather app that I downloaded. It's one of the first apps I downloaded for the Apple Watch, and for whatever reason, it was just busted. Would not work. It would freeze my Apple Watch. Sometimes it would make it reset. I tried deleting and reinstalling the app. I tried deleting and reinstalling the whole watch, restoring it. Didn't work. So I think the conclusion is that there are some apps that are simply just not ready for the Apple Watch yet. I don't know if it's an OS thing or the app itself, but regardless, that don't work. I don't know what that was, but it doesn't work. Having said that, however, there are some apps that are fully optimized and working correctly on the Apple Watch. You kind of got to experiment and find out which apps are good and which apps are bad, and hopefully in the future, more and more apps will be just like fully optimized. You don't have to worry about it. Another thing, and I think this goes for the Apple Watch Series 1 and Series 2, just the way the technology works. No matter what you do on the Apple Watch, mostly within apps, not necessarily with notifications, but within the apps, they are not instantaneous. They take a few seconds to update, to get the information they need. I think that's because it's actually pinging from the Apple Watch to your phone to get the information it needs. Now, obviously, that's going to take a couple seconds. It's not as simple as just opening up the app on your phone where the information's right there. It's got to send it over to your Apple Watch when you're calling for it. So I think that's just an Apple Watch limitation. I don't know if that's something in the OS or the actual processor. It's not bad, but just know that when you're working around with apps within the Apple Watch, it's not going to be instantaneous. You got to be a little bit patient. The more you use the watch, though, the better you get at, maneuvering the different apps and figuring out what's going to take longer to use, and you figure it out. Another thing is the Apple Watch could be a tad bit brighter. Now, this is the Series 1. I know for a fact the Series 2 is brighter, but to be honest, the Series 1 in almost any lighting situation so far has been bright enough so where I can see it. It's just one of those little things like you wish it was a little bit brighter. You wonder if you went with the Series 2, if it actually would be a little bit brighter for your needs. But if you have the Series 1 like I do and you're kind of wondering, oh, well, it's a little bit dark right now. It's pretty bright for the most part, and I don't have any problems with it. It's not a deal breaker for me, but it's something to consider because the Series 2 is brighter. And then just building on that for a second, if you're going to be running a lot and you don't want to have to bring your phone with you, there's GPS built into the Apple Watch Series 2, as well as waterproofness. It's waterproof, so you can go swimming with the thing. But if those things don't matter to you, that's why I went with the Series 1. Series 1 should be fine for your needs. Another thing too is sometimes on the watch there'll be an occasional reset where you just, you see that Apple screen. That's never a good thing when you see that. You're just kind of like, what happened? Sometimes I get that. I probably get that like 1 to 2 times per week. It's kind of annoying. Sometimes it'll happen in the middle of a workout. Luckily, the Apple Watch seems to be smart about preserving whatever you were doing in that moment where it reset. So like for instance, I don't lose the progress on my workout. It resumed right where it left off. And I don't know what causes it. Maybe it's a software thing or the app itself, but sometimes it just resets, hard resets like that. Nothing you really could do to prevent that. It's just one of the quirks of the Apple Watch. And the last thing is price. Now, I happen to get this Apple Watch at a steal of a price because it was on sale at the local electronics store. Since I was looking for a new watch with a black face and a leather band, it just made sense. I honestly got the Apple Watch thinking I probably was going to return it. But I ended up using it more and more, ended up loving it more and more, and it's great. Now, to answer the question, would I buy it at full price? At the time, no, I wouldn't have, but if I knew at the time the amount of use I would get out of it and how much I would end up loving it, yes, I probably would buy it at full price. It's a nice little gadget. It helps you with your productivity. Definitely helps you live a healthier lifestyle. It looks cool, makes you feel kind of cool. It kind of makes you feel futuristic, like, ooh, I got gadgetry on my wrist. And all in all, it's a pretty good investment. Figure out your needs, figure out your budget, and take it from there. I do recommend the Apple Watch. More information on the Apple Watch and where you can get cool looking bands for the Apple Watch will be in the video description box below. Check that out. Do me a favor, comment down below your thoughts on the Apple Watch, whether it be the Series 1 or the Series 2, why you think you're gonna love it, or why you have it and why you hate it, or why you have it and why you do love it. Curious to see if I'm the only one who's in love with this piece of technology. Don't forget to subscribe for more tech reviews like this one on this channel. We're putting out 5 new daily vlogs per week. Oh, and I just got an alert saying I am close to my stand goal for the hour. I'm gonna go make sure I get these stands in, and I will see you tomorrow. Whoosh.